Hi everyone, my name is Ana Maria Carrera. I study pedagogy in national foreign languages at UTPL. On this occasion, I want to tell you about the use of scoring rubrics in this case to score a constructed response task. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you about 2 points of view of authors, which tell us is the scoring rubric. Brown and the Grammar, in their book, Language Assessment Principle and Classroom Practices, indicate us that the scoring rubric is a guide that allows several students' performance criteria to be assessed at the same time. And Bruchard, in his book, The Art and Sciences of Classroom Assessment and the Missing Part of Pedagogy, says us that scoring rubrics are descriptive scoring schemes developed by teachers or other assessors to guide analysis of the products or process of the student's efforts. In other words, scoring rubrics allows students to be guided by what the teachers who create these rubrics, what to analyze about their academic performance, and in the specific case of the constructed task responses, how the students develops each of the activities rubrics and how the knowledge was constructed. In addition, the students knows specifically how he or she will be evaluated and how much score each achievement will obtain. But why do you use scoring rubrics when we accent speaking and reading skills? I think because reading and speaking skills are response skills. By this, I mean that they are skills that can be measured in terms of critical thinking and the level of knowledge acquired. Therefore, these types of skills can be measured through constructed response tasks. We remember that the constructed response tasks are assessment items or assessment elements that as students gain knowledge and critical thinking skills through the performance test based on real world standards. For this reason, teachers regularly use scoring rubrics to access or measure students' achievement. Another reason is because the scoring rubrics allow us to be clear about how students will be evaluated on the assigned task. In this way, the task becomes reliable and valid. For example, in a constructed response task to evaluate reading, the teacher can set parameters or scope objectives that contemplate the organization of the text that the students is going to develop, okay? The use or the vocabulary learned in the class and the proper use of grammar and spelling rules. While when evaluating speaking, can be done through a video or an oral presentation. In this case, the teacher will evaluate the organization of ideas and how they are said, the use of learner vocabulary and the pronunciation as an attribute to score and how fluency the student speaks and correctly uses sentences structures or syntax. What is the difference between analytical and holistic rubrics? The rubrics, holistic rubrics require analyze as whole without judging each component separately. And analytical rubrics, the teacher evaluates the parts separately, and the final grade is the sum of the individual parts. Okay, these examples were taken from website of the University of Wisconsin. In these examples, we can see the holistic rubric analyze the entire task as single component. In the case that the some time or error, the score just low. And while while in the analytical rubric, each attribute has a score and a scope props according how it is evaluated. Each attribute. Okay, the second difference is about the use of narrative descriptions. In the holistic rubrics, we use narrative descriptions to refer proficient or poor work for each description. And the analytic use to indicate the excellent for work for each of attribute. In this example, we can clearly see each description is a narrative, while analytical rubric is each attribute has its narrative. Okay, the third difference is when creativity is a component of evaluation. Okay, are used when creativity is one of the expected characteristic of the student's work, and the range of the correct results is very wide. Okay, and the analytical rubrics are used when the more specific response is expected. Okay, without creative become part of the qualities required in such a response. Okay, and this is my biography and that I use for my work, and hope that this work has been your liking. Thank you for your attention.